It is about 10 to 7 on a very cold January morning, but today I'm going to visit as many UCL museums as I possibly can. My name is Annie. I'm a Cultural Heritage Master's student at UCL in the Institute of Archaeology, and I love visiting museums and heritage sites, and I'm excited to take you along with me because UCL has so many which are accessible to students and the general public as well. I also have a lecture from 9 to 11 a.m, so I want to go to the first point of heritage interest before the lecture. So really, we need to get going. I'm almost ready to leave my boat, but I really don't want to. It is pitch black out there and so cold. Maybe not pitch black, but the moon is still out. That means I should be in bed, I think. The first stop of the day is Jeremy Bentham's auto icon. So his real skeleton is inside there, but then he's got a wax head and they're his own clothes as well. Bentham, of course, came up with the idea for the panopticon prison, where prisoners would be able to observe each other and therefore should behave better. And now Bentham looks on when I have croissant crumbs all over me. I wonder what he'd think about all of the students passing him by day. Just realised that I've been running on autopilot for last term, and I thought my lecture was in the Institute of Archaeology, but it's in fact a 7-minute cycle away. Here we go again. Yeah. I've made it in time! Stop number 2 is the Institute of Archaeology's collection, the A.G. Leventis Gallery. Very small collection, but some lovely little pieces. This section with modern comic books really makes me think about what I consider heritage. I think it's a really interesting aspect of the museum. All of these museums are within a 10-minute walk of each other. So if you've got a lecture in the main UCL campus, it's not going to take you very long to get to one of these museums. You could pop in before lectures, in between lectures, after lectures. The world is your oyster, and the admission to all of these places is completely free. So there's really no reason not to go. The Grant Museum of Zoology was a real pleasant surprise for me. I thought I'd be quite squeamish about all of the creatures in jars, but actually this museum has so much to offer. For one, I absolutely love fossils, and this museum had some beautiful examples of Archaeopteryx, proof that birds came from dinosaurs. This World of Wasps installation is only here until the end of January, but there's a VR experience where you get to be a wasp. Time was of the essence, unfortunately, because of this heritage crawl challenge, but the next stop was the Petrie Museum of Egyptian and Sudanese Archaeology, which is only a 6-minute walk from the Grant Museum of Zoology. As well as having a really interesting collection, I appreciated how the Petrie Museum challenges its own origins and why it's even called the Petrie Museum, prompting us as the visitor to think about whether that erases the contributions of others to this collection. My own personal highlights from this museum was the collection of glass, which is so beautiful. It's incredible it survived this long and also didn't get smashed during excavation. And I also love this collection of oil lamps. I used to volunteer at the Fishbourne Roman Palace and we got kids to make their own oil lamps, so it's nice to know what they're supposed to look like. It was at this point that I realised I was running a bit behind time. I still had to go to the UCL Art Museum and a museum in UCL East, and the UCL East Museum closes at 4 p.m. So I was feeling the push. The UCL Art Museum showcases different parts of its collection in pop-up displays in the prints and drawings room. I really enjoyed having a look around. This is right in the Wilkins building, so in the heart of campus, and if you want to have a quick glance around, it wouldn't take you too long. The room is open every Wednesday from 1 to 5 p.m. It was all going too well. At the last museum, the UCL Art Museum, I realised that actually I was running a bit behind because my culture lab visit had to be before 4 p.m. It's 3:40, I'm in Victoria Park, and this is a failure because if I got there in 10 minutes, which is how long it would take to cycle, the place would be closed. So unfortunately, the last trip of the day is a fail. I've been at UCL a few months now, but I hadn't had the opportunity to explore properly, so I loved being able to look at all of the museums and heritage sites. All of the ones that I managed to visit are a really short distance from each other, and the admission to all of them is free. Most of them are open every day from 1 to 5 p.m. The Art Museum is only open on Wednesdays, and it's worth checking all of the opening times before you go. The Culture Lab, which I didn't quite make it to, is only open until 4 p.m. But I'll bear that in mind next time, and to be honest, that one was a bit of a stretch. All of the others are so close together, and then that one is miles out. But I had a wonderful time, and I hope that you feel encouraged to go and explore the amazing museums and heritage sites that UCL has to offer.